Every decade or so, we witness a technological revolution. The computer, the microchip, and the internet change everything. The next major revolution is here. Companies are using AI to cut costs, and automation puts many roles at risk. I'm going to share with you 7 skills to help you survive the AI revolution, starting with reasoning. This is our intrinsic ability to strip complex problems down to their bare bones, clarify the facts, define success and failure, and design solutions that make sense. You beat AI here for 2 reasons. First, AI doesn't have lived experience. It can predict patterns, but it doesn't bring your context, history, or judgment to the table. Second, meaning is social. We decide as a group what matters, what's acceptable, and what good actually means. A simple example of this is your social media feed. The algorithm doesn't decide what should be the next trend. It amplifies what people give meaning and attention to. Its success depends on human input. You have the power to set the objective. AI can optimize a pattern, but it can't choose why we're doing something or which trade-offs we accept. You set goals, ethics, and risk tolerance. If you're thinking about your next AI-proof move, consider work that depends on reputation, relationships, and strategic decision-making. Roles like product manager, data analyst, sales consultant, marketing, or content strategy. If you need help with decision making and reasoning, this simple framework will help you maintain focus. Study the facts. Gather all information and answer the question, what's true right now? All success is grounded in reality and depends on the quality of your inputs. Remember, garbage in equals garbage out. Define the objective. What outcome are you aiming for? Make it measurable, because what gets measured gets improved. So set SMART goals. Understand the constraints. What are the limitations? Consider timelines, budget, project size, risk, and regulations or policies. Face the unknowns. What must you learn or test to achieve your goals? Don't be afraid to experiment. It's okay to fail. Fail fast, learn quickly, and iterate on what's working. Next steps. What's the easiest next step that moves you forward today? Keep it simple and start where you are. The most important thing is to get started. Not to sound cliche, but the journey of 1,000 miles really does begin with just one step. Remember, your ability to reason and make decisions with meaning and depth is your edge. That's why it's the foundation for the next AI-proof skill. Vision. This is your ability to choose what's good and define why it's good. Here, we lean on lived experience, taste, and reasoning to make judgment calls, direct how something should feel or look, and even predict outcomes. I remember finishing high school in Barbados in the 90s, wanting to study civil engineering. It made sense to me. I loved it, and I figured there will always be demand. My mom had a different vision. She saw the potential of computer technology and predicted it would become an integral part of daily life. I couldn't see it then because I lacked her vision, but she was 100% right to push me toward information technology. Today, technology has completely changed our lives and it's built careers for me and millions of people worldwide. You beat AI here for the following reasons. Context and taste comes from lived experience based on timing, culture, and the consequences of our choices. AI models match patterns, but vision gives you the edge to make the right call. AI tends to play it safe, but you know when to color outside the lines. Good judgment breaks or bends rules on purpose to stand out or tell better stories. When your vision and your why are clear, you build momentum that positions you to lead. AI can generate options, but you mobilize teams, clients, and audiences around a shared goal. Roles where strong vision and judgment pay off include entrepreneurs, business consultants, teachers, architects, designers, and recruiters. Know that you have a clear vision. The next key survival skill we'll discuss is understanding. Understanding is your ability to read between the lines. It's powered by active listening and empathy. When paired with consistent plans and follow through, it builds trust and authority and helps you design solutions that fit specific needs. Don't overlook the power of empathy. Legend has it, this is how Netflix and chill was born. Netflix co-founder Reed Hastings came up with the concept for Netflix after being hit with an embarrassing $40 late fee for Apollo 13 at Blockbuster. His understanding of and empathy for people stuck paying late fees sparked the idea for a billion-dollar company and everyone's favorite pastime, Netflix and chill. Understanding helps you beat AI for two reasons. First, while AI can spot patterns, it can't reliably read historical context, nonverbal cues, or the nuance that lets you read between the lines. Second, trust is earned, not generated. People give permission to those who listen, remember, and show up consistently. When you build trust through empathy and understanding, your ability to negotiate improves, which brings us to the next skill, influence. Influence is the skill of getting people to say yes. It's powered by trust and by your ability to bring people together and to negotiate outcomes that work for everyone. This skill relies on identifying and demonstrating value. While influence shares understanding strengths against AI, there are two factors that gives you an extra edge. First, you can create fair trades by designing simple give and get scenarios. Second, you can turn earned trust into momentum, one owner, one decision, one day at a time. If you're curious, here's some roles where understanding and influence pay off. Content creator, social media manager, entrepreneur, real estate agent, and loan officer. The next survival skill is velocity, how quickly you adapt to change. It reminds me of surfing, my favorite sport of all time. If you've ever tried to catch a wave or watch people surfing, you'll see that as a wave approaches, surfers paddle like crazy toward it, then pivot and paddle hard with it. To ride a wave, you need to get two things right: position and speed. Be in the right spot and match the wave speed. Velocity is exactly that. How fast can you get into position and get up to speed? Every technological leap rewards speed and punishes hesitation. If you hesitate and treat AI only as a threat, you'll fall behind. But if you treat it as a tool and build it into your strategy fast, you win. I made this mistake. When Chat GPT launched, I was a late adopter. I pushed back on the technology, spent too much time criticizing and making excuses not to use it. That time would have been better spent learning it. If you want to stay ahead of the curve, start learning the ins and outs of free AI tools like Chat GPT. Remember this mantra: experiment, fail, learn, grow. Don't be afraid to try new ways of doing things. Failure is a prerequisite for learning, and your growth is limited only by how fast you can adapt to change. Try this powerful prompt in Chat GPT to get you started. This brings me to the next skill, your exposure. Getting more results per hour of work. What do I mean? Create a reusable asset and push it to an audience you can reach on demand so it keeps producing results on autopilot. The asset could be a template, checklist, playbook, or DIY video. The funnel could be a newsletter, email list, or social community. This is why I encourage people to create on YouTube. It's one of the best business models if you want to get paid while you sleep. My first $100 from YouTube came from a simple air pistol review. That video has over 20,000 views and counting. And the best part is, I only had to make it once. You beat AI here for three reasons. First, AI can draft content, but it doesn't own distribution or earn audience trust. You do. Second, you create assets and intellectual property you control. Third, you own the brand and design the system. AI can be part of it, but it isn't the architect. If you want your work to keep working after you stop, you can use my OAR model to leverage your exposure. Here's how it works. Build a channel that you own, like a newsletter, email list, or community. Create things you can ship once and reuse, like templates, tutorials, and checklists. Grow partnerships and true fans who help distribute your products and share your brand. Here's a great Chat GPT prompt you can use to help you develop your strategy and start building an audience today. Underpinning the 6 skills we just discussed is the art of storytelling. And it's not just telling a story, it's crafting a narrative that drives action, arranging true moments so your audience feels something, understands what matters, and knows what to do next. Throughout history, stories have been at the heart of our survival. Whether it is David versus Goliath or MLK's I Have a Dream, the stories we share and pass down to each generation help us survive each new challenge. Storytelling that drives action is the key to surviving the AI revolution. Stories shape our understanding, makes people feel seen, and builds empathy. Stories help us reason, frame the real problem, and guides smart choices. Stories show us what good looks like and rallies people around a shared vision. Stories frame a fair trade, build influence and trust, and moves us toward yes. Stories turn failures into feedback and help us learn faster. Stories travel farther, expand reach, and give us leverage to change lives for the better. If you're ready to grow your influence and start turning attention into opportunity, check out this next video here.